Ulgrim going up against that Luke, we might be able to see Simple find a little bit more pressure against Acno and not succeed as much with the blasters.
Now, we are just jumping straight into it, and I mean, Blaze and Acno are not holding back in any kind of way here, Keg. We see Simple and Hysen already down to orange as Acno and Blaze are having an explosive start here.
Good to see so far. Simple trying to go gauntlet v gauntlet against Acno. It's not working out too well. This boxing match is not in Simple's favor. It's almost a mirror match if you look at the weapons. But again, we had the two gauntlet differences in Acno. A great side six sends Hysen away, but can't find the follow-up, and Hysen returns back on stage. Lance in hand, finds the 2v1 against Blaze.
Now with a 2v1 situation, Simple needs to be careful, but not for long. Acno will put them out of their misery very quickly with that D-Sig, and we're going back to the 2v2. Blaze and Acno very, very damaged here. They should be able to equalize it fairly quickly.
Yeah, and I love the way Acno and Blaze are playing right now. They have each other's covered so well. They have the follow-ups there. Acno this time, the big damage maker, finding again the follow-ups off stage. Simple, choosing not to overextend, doesn't want to chase Acno, needs to play for their lives. But you have to ask yourself, Polly, what lives? Because Hysen right now is just a few signatures, if not maybe even just one, away from losing it down to one.
Hysen's axe is looking very, very strong today, Keg. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but Hysen is flying across the stage, going from point A to point B with those recoveries. That's not going to save you from a Ulgrim axe D-Sig now, though, is it?
Had a lot of damage applied, but now both Simple and Hysen are down to their final stock. And you mentioned how well Hysen's axe has been playing. I've been mesmerized by Acno's gauntlets. They've just looked so clean, so strong, and really no one on red team has been able to 1v1 against it yet.
You talk about the gauntlets, I've been keeping my eye on those blasters. Acno easily...
it's just Acno.
It's just Acno. Like, he can pick up any weapon and we'll be like, oh, look at this. Look at these battle boots, the way he's playing. He can play unarmed for all we know.
Yeah, the positioning for blue team is just looking fantastic right now in game one here. Hysen falls for the last time in game one. Simple the last one left in a 2v1. Sword in play. Doesn't find the recovery.
Able to find that D-Light though. He's wedged in between Blaze and Acno. That's definitely not somewhere you want to be. Now on the offstage, Acno and Blaze probably calming down a bit here. With a sigh of relief, they know that it's over with that recovery. Able to find that knockout with 3 stocks to their name. Acno had 5 KOs, Kick. What is this team? What is this team?
It's the same thing as we saw from Fozy and Godly. There's always that one, you know, KO maker that comes out, the one that just finishes those stocks. And Acno and Blaze, they look fantastic and just racking up damage to each other. And Simple and Hysen, you mentioned it yourself, they look clean individually themselves, but there wasn't a lot of that team energy again. Blaze and Acno are great about dividing out those 1v1s yet again. The coverage that we see from Blaze's Lance has been unbelievable to make sure that no matter what your positioning is, there's always that immediate punish, usually by a Sair or sometimes even a neutral Sig. So Simple and Hysen right now, they keep trying to play into the air. Perfect opportunities for the blue team to capitalize on. And I'm hoping we get to see some adjustments in game 2.
I feel like a lot of people have started doubting Blaze and Acno a little bit because ever since their win streak got broken, they have been fighting a little bit of an uphill battle, still getting incredibly good placements, but they are not to be underestimated, and they're here to show all of us why they're in the history books.
See, I don't think it's necessarily a Blaze Acno issue. I think it's just like an esports thing, right? Like, you have such a big dominating lead for so long that it feels like the other 2v2 teams in Europe have just caught up. Oh, but maybe they haven't. They're falling behind again. Simple and Hysen, they've both lost their first stock almost in unison. Again, love the coverage that Blaze is applying onto the stage itself, and Acno's there off stage for the ledge guard pressure. Though, Acno does lose that first stock. Blaze is there, though, to help out, but Lance in hand, can't quite find the follow-up yet, Polly. Oh, never mind. He can't find it at all.
That's going to be the knockout, and I'm holding my breath for Acno here. He's going to be able to stay clear of a 2v2 combo, but he's all the way down in orange already, just from that moment of opportunity that they gave Simple and Hysen. Wonderfully played situation by them. But Acno and Blaze they look unfazed. They're just back at it.
Yeah, now Acno with a weapon too. Most of that was unarmed up until now. Trying to play off stage pressure again. Hysen takes the risk, goes across the entire bottom of the stage to avoid Acno's blasters. Simple's not as lucky though.
Good aerials coming out from the lands of Hysen here. Acno was on that ledge for so long. I knew he was planning something. He was definitely planning something fishy.
Wow, that was stolen. Did you see like that? Like, it was like a blink of an eye. Side air coming out from Acno completely stole the KO away from Blaze.
Now, still, Blaze and Acno very close to getting knocked out here. As soon as one goes, the other one should be flying very quickly thereafter as Blaze is wedged in between Simple and Hysen. There's the D-Lights here to close the deal. And this is practically even, especially as Blaze is coming in here without the weapon.
And we can almost consider it a restart. Acno and Blaze playing it safe on stage yet again. Hysen, though, looking to find those 1v1s. Target Acno, unable to find the follow-up. Simple's taking a wealth of damage, so they have to play slow.
Trying to play it slow indeed here. Simple getting closer and closer to being knocked out. And even when he isn't, just getting knocked away that far gives them an opportunity to 2v1 onto Hysen. This is getting very, very hard to play, especially as Hysen is getting more and more damaged here.
Great neutral set coming out from both team members. Blue team bringing game one. Very, very close, all things considered. Up until that final stock, though, it seemed like it was definitely in blue team's favor. Blaze and Acno, they looked so strong, but towards the mid-game, Polly, we had just seen Hysen and Simple really clutch up, start racking away more of that damage, and putting that pressure again against Blaze and Acno.
I also love the fact that there's like no waiting in between the games. Like in a lot of cases, especially as you break into top 8, you'll have teams, take a moment, take a deep breath and, recalculate, talk to your teammates for a little bit, talk about the next game, strategize. These guys have quite literally done this more than 100 times. They're like, we go again, we know the deal, we know what's about to happen, let's just get it over with.
Yeah, you mentioned, I mean, these two teams have faced against each other so many different times. Like, they know each other's strategies, hopefully, to a T. But I also want to talk about the stages that we've been seeing so far, at least for our block today. It's been just APOC. Just Apocalypse, really. And I mean, smaller ledges, not enough to ledge guard on completely. The great blast sounds to go up in the sky, perfect for someone like Acno to go for a blast recovery, not once, but almost twice over.
Okay.
And Simple was almost there to bring it back. And look how much Acno was in the air for. That was like a solid, what, 5-6 seconds?
He can't do that. He can't do that to us, Kick. It's too much. We can't handle it. He keeps going up there, going for like 4 blast recoveries in a row. Simple tries to reverse it, but he's not able to. He's going to be able to get revenge just a little bit later, though, as he knocks him out off stage there.
Yeah, Blaze forced to play a little bit more on the defensive here. Tries to go for the dare, unable to connect. Great baited recovery against Simple. I don't think they can come back from that. No, they can. Blaze is the last one with 3 stocks.
Oh, which better move to do it than the axe ground pound off the side, and now with Simple stuck in the 2v1, that's going to be him very damaged. And Acno, does Acno even care anymore? He's just throwing out attacks in every direction at the same time, pushing button on his keyboard.
Just on a tear right now. Great Sarah to keep Simple at bay. Really, the onus has been on Hysen. All the damage being applied. Acno Blaze targeting him because he's the last one, well, the only one on the last stock. And they're so low to begin with.
That's going to be Acno getting knocked out. A glimmer of hope for Simple and Hysen potentially, but they need to deal with Blaze as well. He's healthy on that second stock with the lance in hand, and both players in the red team are about to go down soon.
Blaze is unable to find a follow-up here. Simple and Hysen playing farther apart, looking for those extended 2v2 plays. Oh. Possibly a follow-up. Everyone's a little bit nervous right now for those next attacks. Simple there for the punish. And there it is. Great neutral sig.
You saw like one frame. You saw like one frame of a massive attack coming out from Blaze, and Simple recognized that. Literally 2 frame reaction speed there.
Yeah, it was really well read into by Simple. Still on their second stock, by the way.
While we're talking away, Simple and Hysen, they're kind of pulling this off, Keg.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I was about to mention, like, Simple, having a bit more of a quiet game has really stepped it up. Hysen's been the one fighting the majority of the damage, been in the battle a lot more, and even then, the recovery from Blaze doesn't send Simple's second stock away. Does divide out those 1v1s though. Simple still has to be very cautious, tries to protect Hysen, but a great opportunity for Blaze to capitalize, sends things to a 1v1.
1v1. And this is the territory where Simple shines. I'm not going to lie. Simple, incredibly good 1v1 player. Do not underestimate Blaze on the other hand, though. And let me tell you, Blaze playing a 1v1 and Blaze playing a 1v1 from a 2v2, those are two different Blazes. I don't know what it is, but as soon as we enter the 2v2 game mode, Blaze's skill level quadruples.
Yeah, Lance has so much coverage, it makes me nervous. Simple, though, does have that buffer room of a single stock. Well, okay, maybe not so much anymore, April Fools, but down to the 1v1 again. Choosing the axe now over the Lance, Simple without a weapon still engages.
Blaze on that axe, throwing out these aerials, just waiting for one slip up from Simple. Simple, though, with incredibly precise maneuvering, able to avoid most of them, but he still falls victim to some of those massive axe blows.
Oh, Simple's chasing down Blaze, and Blaze is just there for the immediate positioning follow-up. There we go, good punish from Simple, not once, but twice over. Great repositioning for the ledge guard. Blaze can't get back on stage. Anywhere he goes, Blaze is there, Simple's there, excuse me. The gauntlets racking up this damage immensely. Down to the 1v1 yet again.
Massive nair to give him some time to reposition, forcing Blaze into the air. Just one good D-Light combo now, away from getting this game on the set. He's looking for it. Blaze makes a mistake, but Simple misses the true combo. He goes for a second one, and thank God he hits this one. Simple and Hysen aren't out yet, Keg.
Oh,
Simple did 800 damage! 5 KOs, 800. I don't even know, Keg. I don't even know. Simple leveled up.
I want to know how much of that damage was in that final stock and a half from Simple, because that was so impressive. Just the way of maintaining themselves, holding on, and really just, you know, protecting Hysen for the longest time as well. But let's talk about Hysen for a second, too. 293 damage, not able to really find a lot on their own end in that second game. I would love to see an adjustment come out, maybe a new legend underway. I don't think we've seen Hysen move away from the Ulgrim this tournament, but it seems like Acno and Blaze have just the perfect range tools to shut down both options that Hysen has, but it does allow Simple to succeed a lot more.
Yeah, you know, Hysen, in my opinion, is one of the greatest support players in 2v2. If you're looking at specifically Europe, he will not necessarily. His work, might not necessarily show on the leaderboard. He might help win a game having dealt 350 damage, but as you mentioned, in this game, I feel like he's truly struggling against Acno Blaze here.
Yeah, and we do see that adjustment coming out. Now, Simple and Hysen kind of doing what we saw Delta and TM do in their own series when they were backed up against the corner for the last game, is that now we see the double Val coming out here. I really like this choice. Gauntlets, we've been seeing a little bit more predominance as we go forward to the upper echelons in 2v2s. Normally, it's usually the Axon Lance game for the most part, but I think the double gauntlets are going to find a lot of up-close potential and really just get into that dead zone range that Acno and Blaze aren't really able to accommodate for.
Yeah, and I mean, especially for Hysen, as you know, a player trying to support Simple here, with those gauntlets, you're going to be able to do a lot of schmoovin. You're able to sweep in any kind of 2v2 situation and just come in out of nowhere, throwing out attacks. That was a crazy start from Acno and Blaze, though.
It was a crazy start, but I like what we're seeing now from the double gauntlets, or was the double gauntlets, because now Hysen and Simple are playing purely for punishes. They're waiting for Simple, Blaze and Acno to make a move. They go immediately for the Sair punish, but of course now they're getting punished themselves. Blaze keeping Hysen to the air as Simple falls to their second stock, and now Ledge Guard in play. Hysen with the sword, almost connects against Acno.
This is the thing. I feel like we're already seeing like a glimmer of what I like to call the Blaze and Acno effect. These guys, compared to any other team, have the most amount of exponential skill gain in a 2v2 game. If they lose a game, they will get 10% better. It doesn't matter if we're on game at 29, they're going to get 10% better.
Jeez, I can't even imagine what that would look like. what is that, 2,000% better? I'm not a mathologist, I don't know, but I mean, regardless though, you're completely right. Every single game we're seeing from Blaze and Acno, they've looked much, much more clean, and I think a lot of that just has to do with kind of downloading their opponents and seeing what the fundamentals, like the macro game bar, like their positioning, but also just how the intricacies of each player's legends work. But I think that's a big strength, though. When we had seen Acno and Blaze go up against Fozy and Godly in the 2v2 Grand Finals, we had seen a lot of legend swaps come out, and Acno struggled. Now that we see Hysen swap away to the Val, I'm expecting to see maybe a little bit more of a struggle from Acno's end. And right now, compared to the two, they are finding a lot more damage applied, but they haven't lost that second stock yet.
That's what's so beautiful about this legendary 2v2 matchup. It's that both of these teams have so much experience with each other. They're able to stay so variable with how they play and which roles they play that you know it's never a fluke if you see them in top 8.
Oh, but Blaze and Acno both fall to their final stock. Simple and Hysen, the double Val has done wonders thus far. Simple still maintaining that second stock though, applying that chip damage as they wait for Hysen to respawn. I really love the gauntlet plays from both these legends.
Simple now, having one stock ahead of everyone else in the lobby. He's on that sword. He's going to be able to commit off stage, but Blaze with a beautiful Seer punish, jumping from the other side of the stage to save his teammate.
Hysen keeping Blaze into the air right now. A good follow-up from Simple as well. And it's just these team-wide follow-ups now, again, just taking advantage of the fact that the slow startups for both Acno and Blaze. Deep red on their final stock.
Deep red on their final stocks, indeed. They're both on the gauntlets, looking for these knockouts now. Acno is racking up a little bit of damage onto Simple. It's not going to be enough, though. They need the red team in the red here. And it looks like Hysen is going there as he is knocked out. Was that DI downwards for that funky angle? Acno getting knocked away from team damage, though.
Oh no, the Seer comes by! For Hysen and Simple, this could be their final stock in the upper bracket. They have to survive now. And look at this, the group up is there! What just happened?
Simple with the sword and neutral sig on the Val.
What?
Simple is so clutch today. Simple is so clutch today. I also need to see that replay. Did he line that up? I'm pretty sure he did. He saw that coming from a mile away, didn't he?
He had to have. I mean, again, that goes to show how great just being up close and personal you can be as the double Val and just ensuring you can get these really cheeky lineups there. And there's the replay. No way.
Oh my god. Yeah, he saw the double spot dodge. He saw the double spot dodge and he was like, I have nothing to lose if I just dash forward and neutral sig. Acno was unfortunate enough to jump just in that moment. He got caught up in it. If Acno was able to come out without getting knocked out there, that could have been a very different ending for that game. Nonetheless, beautiful option by Simple and Hysen. This is another Game 5, Keg. We're entering Game 5 City.
I know, we got really lucky this time around. But I mean, what a Hail Mary coming out to bring us into Game 5 too. We do have an adjustment though. We talked about how we did see some legend swaps coming out from Simple and Hysen did mean that Acno would struggle. So now Acno playing more for space, bringing out the Kaya pick. The spear and the bow underway. I like this choice. I think the bow is going to be good to keep Hysen and Simple in the air. Same with the nair potential of the spear. But I'm not too sure about the grounded gameplay if we're going to see a lot of that coming out from Acno's side.
I mean, you don't really need that much from Acno's side because Acno has a teammate, and this teammate is wielding a very special weapon known as the Rocket Lance. This weapon has this one move called Side Air, which covers a very, very large portion of the ground.
I mean, yeah, but we haven't really seen too much of that from Blaze either, though. It's been mostly just aerial play, and yeah, that does keep them in the air, but again, a great opportunity found from one of the Vals. It's Acno to fall first.
Great knockout indeed, taking Acno down there, but he's on a fresh stock with a bow in hand. He's going to be able to make wonders happen, especially as he has Blaze to cover him. Able to get that quick 2v2 combo onto Simple. Neutral sig as well. Acno ends against Blaze there. That's probably not what you wanted to do, but we're all good.
And these Vals, they're like piranhas in the water right now. Good for one. It's an even game right now. Hysen still taking the 1v1 against Acno. really trying to target this Kaya pick. They don't want to see what kind of things Acno has up their sleeve. Last time we had seen Acno play up against Bo, it was a Koji.
Oh,
But a great
that
combo
must hurt.
since Acno so low on that second stock.
The part that hurts most about that is that Acno and Blaze, they had a knockout onto Hysen. If they were able to find that, you know, if Acno didn't do that team attack onto Blaze, that would have never happened and Acno wouldn't be on their last stock right now.
Oh, overextension for Blaze, gets punished by Simple. Gets back onto the stage. Acno now having to play a little bit more cautiously, playing more towards ledge. Doing whatever they can to even up this stock at a macro level. Just bring things to a 2-1 stock line. But they're grouped up. The great ledge guard there from Simple tries to recreate history again with the neutral sig, but it doesn't connect.
And Acno and Blaze are not phased when things don't go their way. Give them an inch and they'll take half of Europe, or even all of it. They are going to be fighting this to the very, very last moment. Simple and Hysen are looking for those knockouts though, and Blaze is given a hard time. Hysen able to get that 1v1 onto Acno, but only able to find one Sayer out of it. And it's looking pretty much even again now.
It is, and Blaze now using that axe. No, maybe, okay, I guess not. But it does leave Acno in a very bad spot. Forced to be just on the ledge. Again, just fishing for these snares. Whatever Hysen can find, it's just chip damage away from Acno, and it leaves Blaze in a spot where he has to fight these 2v1s to protect Acno.
Now, Simple and Hysen looking for these D-Light combos onto Acno, but Acno is holding back. He's standing behind Blaze with that lance. Try and stay safe, allowing Blaze to do what he does best, throwing out Sayers on the left side of the screen, finding early knockouts, and this is a 2v1 situation. The tides have changed, Keg.
I cannot think of anything scarier than going in a 1v2 against Acno Blaze. At least there's a one-stock reprieve. Hysen just barely managing to get back onto the stage. That's a good start. But any signature will take them down to that final stock of the winner's bracket.
Hysen playing very cautiously here. He wants to sustain this stock for as long as possible. He's gonna fall victim to the axe and light coming out from Blaze. Now, getting a weapon is going to be very, very stressful, but with a good weapon spawn, he's able to get that sword in hand. He just needs to find that combo onto Acno. But don't tunnel vision. A couple of good 2 combos onto Blaze will do the deal as well. Sidelight coming out, they're able to find the punish. The 2v2 combo comes out, but the recovery doesn't connect, Keg.
Hysen just barely managing to hold on with this final stock. It's down to the 2v1 combos yet again. Oh, but the signature doesn't connect. Hysen goes deep, and there it is. You set him up. He knocks them
With the
down.
bounce.
Blaze. They continue on forwards to the winners finals.
With the bounce off of the wall, still able to line up that axe Sayer. Blaze, are you serious? If he was not able to recognize that there was like literally half a character model to bounce off of, that would not have he would not have been able to connect that. That would have been a miss, and that would have given Hysen an opportunity.